Yo, Carl. Yo. Hi Lee, how you doing? Hi Carl. How is everyone doing? And Richie. We're just going to do some basic rigs, Lee. Roll on Saturday, bud. Yeah. Yeah, it's just basic rigs, Lee. Just for those who don't make their own, I just want to show people how easy basic rigs are, really, buddy. So if you don't tie your own, get on it. Yeah, I'm all good, man. Can't wait till Saturday, Sunday. Midnight Saturday night, we'll be casting on the river. Oh, man, yeah. So, Nath in the house. Yo, who else we got? Yo, welcome everybody. Here's a shout. Tell me who's in. Sorry about the camera angle, it was a bit shit. But we'll get there. No, it's not Lee. You'll find out in a minute. I use hardly any on any of my rigs, if I'm honest. Right then, so where are we? So we're just going to make a couple of simple rigs. One is a basic bottom bait rig. Cheers, boss. One is a basic bottom bait rig, and the other one will be a basic pop-up rig. So, in Blue Peter style, I've already... No problem, Lee. Any more questions, just give us a shout, buddy. I've cut a couple of lengths of rig material, which I am using. So basically, if I can get the bloody camera right, I always do the hair first. That's all right, Steve, no problem. I'm just starting, buddy. So I always start with the hair first. Always have done, always will do. And basically what we want to do is just put an eye on the end of your rig material. And what we want to do is we want to fold that over into basically an overhand knot. So I'm all fingers and thumbs, so you'll have to forgive me. So we're going to put a loop in the end, like so. You see the tag end, and that tag end there is going to go back through the loop. Again, this is just a basic bottom bait rig, one I've used for over 20 years. So as you can see, it's going through the loop, like so. All I want this for is just hold my boilie on. So I don't want the loop too big, if I'm honest. So you can sort of just caress it down, pull on the loop, like so. have our tag end and our loop. Evening everybody, welcome. And there you have your hair. It's that simple. What we're going to do is we're going to cut off the tag end. So again, more fingers and thumbs. So we've got our loop. I'm going to cut the tag end off. Like so. Now to one side. I have my little fluffy jubbly. But what I like to do as well is I like to put my bait on the hair straight away. Makes it easier for me positioning my hook. So we've got our little hair. There it is. There it is. I'm going to put our. I haven't got any bait stops. Mind. So we're going to push our boilie on. Oh, you can't. Evening, everybody. Give us a hello. Tell us who's in the house. Where are we? There we are. So we've got that now coming yellow. So we've got it going through the boilie, or the pop-up in this case. I forgot my stops. 2 seconds. You might forget something. We're always forgetting something. Pull the stop off. What we're going to do is I'm going to put a boilie stop through the hair. Just like that. Get it in focus, we'll be alright. What we're going to do now is grab my Boilie TT hook, and believe me, these are sharp. I caught my finger on one the other day and they are sharp as hell, these ones. So, because I want the hair coming off this side, we're going to go towards the point with your big long tag end, like so. Bring it up. That now, there, you can now, makes it easier. David, welcome to the feed, mate. You can now position the boilie wherever you like, really. Some people like it tight. I like the bottom, if I'm honest. Where are we? Here we go. I like the top of the boilie. David, welcome in, mate. I like the top of the boilie, just more or less touching the bottom of the hook. That's where I like mine. Alright, so what we're going to do is go clockwise. Going to wrap the tag end down the hook and the hair 5 times, like so. And then we're going to go back through the eye of the hook the opposite way. So we're going to go towards the back of the hook. Excuse me, I'm all fingers and thumbs. That's it. It'll go in. Peel it off. bugger. Peel a bit of that off. Get it tight again. It's all bloody come undone. So let's do that again. So just gonna hold the hook and the bait wherever you want it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hopefully it will go back through this time. I'll thread it a bit off. Some of these eyes are quite shallow, so there you go. We've gone back through. As you can see, there's the point, and we're literally going back through it that way. Knotless knot style. Pull it. There you go. That's how she looks. And that is pretty much where I like it. You can manipulate it so it's coming off the back. And what we're going to do, swivel, and we're going to do exactly the same knot on the tag end. So we're going to go through the eye. Depending on how long you want it, it's up to you. Length of rigs really doesn't make much difference to me, if I'm honest. So where are we? So it's going through the eye. I'm just going to pinch the swivel and a bit of the material like that. And all we're going to do is just go round once, round the back, twice, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to go back through the eye that you've just made. Fingers and thumbs. So where's my eye? Like so. As you can see, let's get some white things. That's it. It's going back through the eye. All you're going to do is pull. It should tighten up on itself. Oh, that's my swivel one. So if you hold the swivel on your tag end, as you can see, that is tightening up on itself. Like so. There you go. That is your basic hair rig made already. So we're going to just going to cut this tag end off. I'll get it in the camera, we'll be all right. To be honest, you don't really need to make that too short, because that's where it's connected to your main line there. So, hi James, how you doing? So there you go. That's one rig made. That is, boys and girls, how easy it is. Just a simple, basic bottom bait rig. As simple as that. Which I haven't changed that in over 20 years. And I have had fish just under £50 on it. So there you go, it does work. I think bottom bait rigs are getting forgotten about nowadays, if I'm honest, in my opinion. So there you go. There is a pop-up on there, by the way. It's just a pop-up, so I grabbed while doing this nice little video. So what we got now? So we're going to the process for my rigs is all the same. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a pop-up rig. So blue Peter Styley. Got some more rig material here. What we're going to do is we're just going to strip the outer coating off, and that's the outer coating. No mate, that is it. That is I said to you earlier, I've had a conversation with you, Steve, and I about my rigs. My rigs are so bare. That's it. So if anybody's got any questions on that one first. Does rig length matter depending on what you're fishing over? Not to me. Hello, Ben. Not to me, Lee, if I'm honest. Because, and the reason I say it is because most of the time I've got a PVA stick over it. The PVA stick will sit over, and the PVA stick will almost land on anything, as you know. So it doesn't, to me, I don't bother about the length of them. None of my rigs are the same length, if I'm honest. They just look the same, that's all. And they're all made that way for my bottom rate rig. You fish longer if in silt. It depends how deep the silt is. But again, I think most baits are quite light now, so I think sort of wows. Woo! So as the weight hits the deck, that tends to just flutter down anyway, I think. So it's the weight. It's the weight that drags the bait into the silt. So, but as I say, I 99% of the time I use it with a sock anyway, so the sock will land on top of the silt really. So any more questions on that one? And that is, as I say, just a basic bottom rate rig. Truly forgotten in my eyes, that's why I still use them. And that's why I had my first fish out of my syndicate earlier this year, 21.6. Had him on that. Very, very basic. You can't get much more basic. There's nothing to it. I did make up a rig earlier in the week, which I'll show you at the end. So pop-up rig, made exactly the same way. Exactly the same way, but all I've done, I don't know if you can see that in here, is what we've done is, that's the coating, and the end of it is without the coating, basically. And we're just going to make it up exactly the same. What about foam? You can add foam to your hook, mate, yeah. Just to give it that softer landing. I haven't used a lot of it, but I don't wrap my foam around. In fact, I'll show you how to do it. Let me make this, Steve, and I'll show you how I do my foam. I don't wrap it around the hook. So basically, again, all we're going to do is in the braid, because when you strip this material back, you should have the braid exposed. 8 people, lovely jubbly. And again, we're just going to make a loop, and we're going to make double loop. If it will play ball tonight. It didn't the other night. It was a bit of a pain the other night trying to do this. Get rid of some more of that coating. Is there any difference in my rig to yours as I go back through the eye towards? Okay. Yeah, I like to go through towards the point and then back towards the back of the hook, Rich. So yeah, there's thousands of ways you can do stuff, man. This is just what I do. So it's just very basic again. So we've folded our braid over. We're going to put, with any luck, if it will play tonight. Hoping it does. Sat there and made a few up the other night, so should be good at this by now. There you go. Right, so there's your eye, and we're going to put the tag end again through the loop, just to make the hair. This is bloody fiddly because there you go, first time, your beauty, yay! Lovely jubbly. So basically that's what we've got now. We're just going to pull the tag end, like so. And hopefully we should have there. we should have an eye. And there you go, there's your eye. Don't use them, mate. Sorry about that. Never used them. So there's your eye. And again, it's made up exactly the same as the other one. How you doing, Terry, anyway? Hope you're good. Welcome in. You'll get to know me. I don't use many rigs. I'm just gonna cut that tag end off. Get our hook. And again, we're gonna go. Oh, boilie. Let's put a boilie up. Oh, blimey. So again, this is not a this isn't a rig clinic. This is just how I fish with my rigs. Never let me down. So I'm just going to put a pop up on it. Like so. Pull it down. I'm going to put a stop in there. And so I like to do this before I put my hook on, because then I can then get my hook on where I want it. There you go, so boilie in place. Oh, where are we? Lovely jubbly. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to expose some more of this. We're just going to pull the outer coating up. And again, we're just going to do exactly the same we've done before. Yes, Nathan, I think you're right. Rigs are a absolute minefield. So what we're going to do is we're going to go towards the hook again, because I want my bait. I want my bait on the back of the hook. So I've got that like that. Hello Simon, how you doing? So what we're going to do is with our fingernail, I'm just going to strip a bit more back up. So we've got quite a lot of exposed braid there. Okay. So with pop-ups, I tend to have them a little bit longer, whereas I've got my my normal bottom bait rig, literally the boilie touching the hook. I generally have a gap between the bottom of the hook and the boilie. And what we're going to do is exactly the same as what we've just done. Just going to wrap it around the shank. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've still got the inner braid exposed. I'm going to go back through the eye. Oh, first time, I think. Bloody hell, it's gone through first time. That's all good. So I'm just going to tighten this up. And as you can see, where are we? We can get some white behind it. As you can see, we've got some braid sticking out just above the eye, because what I want is that to sit. Which I'll show you in a minute. We'll get the swivel on. Now, true fashion, through the eye. Just do a knotless knot. So we're going to go around the back once, twice, 3, before. And we're going to go back through the eye again. I can see it. Your eyes are well bad. Keep your eyes checked again. Oh, crap. Go, just like that. I'm just going to pull it up. And that will tighten on itself to make a knotless knot. Like so. Again, I'm not really worried about that tag end because that's my main line now. But for the purposes of the video, we'll chop it off. There you go. So, pop-up rig. Done. What should happen, that will sit, because of the braid that's exposed here, that will sit. You can put it on a bit of putty there, or a little lead-free shot there, just to keep that down, and that will sit. The weight of that boilie will just pick that up, and it will sit, just nicely wafting about. See that? It's got loads of movement there. So there you go. That is the two main rigs I use. I hardly use anything else because rigs are an absolute minefield. So personally, I like to keep it nice and simple, guys, and you can't get much simpler than that. So, but I was going to show you some foam. Right, foam. Let me go and get a bit of foam. I wasn't expecting that. 2 seconds. Foam on. Put that in here somewhere. I'll pile it. Right guys, got my foam. So, foam. Who was asking about foam? Was that you, Steve? Foam. Foam. So, I think it was Steve. Oh, excuse me. So, foam. No, mate. As I say, most of my rigs, even my pop-up rig, they will have a small PVA sock on. Always, and that prevents tangles, mate. So, to be honest with you, that's very rarely. I mean, the length of that, it's not going to get tangled round there anyway, if I'm honest. But just to prevent tangles, so that in my head it's fishing properly, all I do is I just put a PVA sock on it, probably about that long. Hide the hook in the PVA, that sticks outside the PVA, and then when the PVA melts, that will just rise up, and it'll be fishing. So it takes a few minutes for the PVA stick to melt. So yeah, good luck, Terry. So yeah, foam was it was you, Steve. So foam, rig foam. Bloody hell, what do I do with mine? Right. So rig foam. What I do is most people put a couple of bits either side. Well, I don't do that because what I want this to do is to melt as soon as possible. Okay. So what I do is put a hole in it. 13 people, lovely jubbly. Put a hole in it. And if it will let me. what I'll do is I'll put the hook through the middle of the foam. Now, there's a hole in there now, which means the water can access all of that foam and not just the outside. Okay, there'll be water going in where the hook is, and that will dissolve even quicker. If that makes sense, Steve? I hope it does. It makes sense to me. It works. So, yeah, that's all I do, mate. Oh, we've got some messages. What did they say? I'm all damp pellet round the hook and bait. Yes, it all works in the same way, Rich. If I'm honest, you know, you can get a bit of ground bait and wrap it around it. That'll protect it all. People use foam. I use a little PVA sock. It's whatever you feel comfortable using. If I'm honest with you, I think, buddy. You know what I'm saying? It's you know. So yeah, that is. I hope you Yes, mate. Lovely jubbly. That's cool, man. That's good. But yeah, that's the way I use foam, Steve. Stick my hook straight through the middle. Because there's a hole through the middle now, it will just disperse much quicker in my eyes, and it does because there's a hole through the middle. So yeah, I just want to show you one more rig that I have used on odd occasions. All right, so this is what I made up a few days ago. Don't know if you can see that. It's a bit long, but it's my version of the stiff hinged rig. So basically, we got a pop up there, and it's I think this might be just the 360 rig or something. I don't know. We've got a pop up on there, and that ring there. Where are we doing? That ring there allows the whole thing to move. So the bait is on a swivel. Let's start from the bait. So the bait is on a hook and it's on a swivel, which allows the bait to turn. I don't know if you can see that swivel in there. Okay. So the hook is on a, what do they call it? I can't remember what they bloody call it now. Have a look. It's in here somewhere. On swivel. Yeah, it's a quick change clip, basically. So we've got the hook. I'm getting the bloody bait out of the way. The hook is on a quick change swivel. So we can all see that. The swivel is connected to my boom. It's only a semi-stiff boom. And what happens is all this can turn. So the bait can turn. Oh, sorry. The bait can turn. The hook can turn. I don't know if you can see that. My big fat fingers. So it's all of the good end can move. So it's onto a boom. I don't think it's 360 rig, Terry. It's a stiff hinge rig. Sure it is. But there you go. Mine's on a semi-stiff. But anyway, so we've got a loop in the end there of our. Again, it's the same materials I'm using to make up my rigs. So that's got so much movement in it. I don't know if you guys can see that on there. There's just so much movement in there. So, okay, Steve, catch you in a bit, buddy. There's just so much movement there. It's like I actually do like it, if I'm honest. So that is just, again, all this is just part of my rig material that I'm using. Okay, that's the boom. Let's get it like that. That's better. So we've got the boom. Okay, at the other end, we have another eye, and it's again attached to a swivel, which is again attached to a clip, and that's where my main line will be. So that's what I just made up a couple of days ago, which I looked quite devastating. I've used it a couple of times, but yeah, once that's pinned to the floor, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. It should stand up with a pop-up on, like that, and that's got so much movement on it. What do you reckon of that one, Dave? Watch out, these hooks. New hooks are bloody sharp. So we're going size 6, I think. Are we going size? Yeah, size 6 hooks we got on this. So yeah, that is it. That's one I made up Tuesday, I think it was. And I shall certainly be trying that on my on my Syndicate. Yeah, it does look nice, man. So much movement on it. So, but yeah. So I'm hoping. So we'll just go back to. Take a bit of phone off. Shane Steve. So yeah, just once again. So there's the bottom bait rig that I've been using for over 20 years. Nice and simple. As I said, I think it's getting forgotten about. I think 90% of baits have popped up now, which is why I like to get the fish grubbing around on the bottom, if I'm honest. I think it's more natural for them. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, just to kick it out a bit. Yeah, man. I'll try that. Cheers, buddy. So as I said, I think bottom baits are seriously overlooked nowadays with everything being popped up. I know you've got choddies, D rigs, German rigs, bloody God knows whatever rigs, but I seriously love a bottom bait. Yeah, cheers, Sean. I'll try that. Thank you very much. But yeah, I like to get the fish grubbing around on the floor. I feel they're more catchable, if I'm honest. Don't know how true it is, but it's just in my head. So that's the bottom bait. And as I said, all we've done for the pop-up rig, again, all we've done is we've just stripped back the outer coating just by the eye, and again that will just give it a little bit of movement. So there you go. That is a guide to my basic rigs, guys. I'm sure you all use your own rigs, but for anyone that is you love a good, I'm sure you do. All those who are just or want to get into tying their own rigs, as I said, you cannot get much more basic than this. They are so simple and easy to make up. As I've said, I've had fish nearly £50 on these. It's about the bottom bait rig. Fish to 49.14. So majority of my fish have come on my bottom bait rigs. So just get yourself some rig material, guys. Some swivels and some hooks. That's all you need. And then you can tie them up how you like. As people have said before, you can put some rig tubing on. You can put a little D. I think that's the blowback rig. I think it is. You can put a little D on here with a micro ring. Is it? You can and stuff like that. There's all sorts of things. But personally, I do like to keep it nice and simple. Good sticky krill boiling. I do like to keep it nice and simple because I want the fish to act naturally when I'm fishing for them, and I think the more natural you can try and get them to feed on your bait, the more catchable they are. I well believe that. So I think I can use a kicker for that, really. Yeah, it just goes, as I say, I just go straight to my main line, man. Yeah, cheers, Jay. Welcome in, buddy. I've been fishing that way for 20 years, Jay. It's crazy. So I'm not into all the mechanics of rigs. To be honest with you, I had a bit of trouble getting this together because to me personally, there's too much metal down there. I don't know what it is. It just looks too much metal. It's unnatural in the water. To me personally, that's the way I look at things. You know, it's probably a devastating rig, if I'm honest. You know, it's got, as I say, loads of movement in it. But I will try it. I will try it on my syndicate, see how it goes, see if they like it. But yeah, that from me is about it, guys. Anybody got any quick questions before Spook Central, that metal? Yeah, Jay. That's exactly how I look at it, man. You know. Yeah, man. You know what I mean. So yeah. So sorry, digressing. So has anybody got any questions? Same here, bro. Yeah, it's mine. Oh, I can't be throwing metal in water. But there you go. Other rigs work. I'm not a rig master. This isn't a rig clinic. I'm just showing you guys what I use and how I tie them. It's as simple as that. So anybody can come on the Bulletproof Cart page and do a live feed and show us your rigs. You know, I'm sure there's other people that want to. You're quite welcome to, guys. If I'm honest, the more the merrier. It is, Jay. Yeah, it is, Jay. I can't. There's three components, well, including the bait, 4 components in my rig. 4, and one of them the fish is going to eat. So, you know, so I've got 3 components there now. It's just in my head. It's right, you know. Less is better. Less is better, or less is more, as they say. That's what they say. So what else did we do? So just to give you an example, where are we? Just to give you an example, look, I did make up some rigs in a week, as I said to you. All right. Size of one to another. I don't care how long they are. They can be any length. Got a bloody long one here. So there we go, we've got another one here. Where are we? Where's my short one? There you go. So I've tied a short one in a week. I've been dabbling with some long ones as well. So, you know, it's length of rigs matters to some people. No problem, Steve. So length of rigs don't really matter to me, if I'm honest, because I've always got a sock on them. I always PVA sock them up. So, you know, I never had the Modcons years ago, and still they still called monsters, Nate. This is very true, buddy. Very, very true, mate. You know, so all my rigs are just different sizes. You know, I obviously will drag a stone or a weight through my swim before I start, like everyone does, to check the bottom and that, and that will tell me how deep the silt is anyway. So that will then make my brain decide whether I need a slightly longer rig or a shorter rig. You know, it's not rocket science. We're fishing for carp. You know, it's definitely not rocket science, guys. But what I would say, give them a go. Give Simple a go. You might be pleasantly surprised. You just never know. You know, so I've got a few rigs made up now. Cheers. Thank you for popping in, everyone. Ow. Obviously we're sharp. So we've got a few rigs made up now, which is all good. So I'll just put these away. You can see what I'm doing. What we got? That's mate. And you're right. It's lovely to see someone normal rigs being made. Bloody hell, Joe. I've been using normal for say 20 years, buddy. It's never done me wrong yet, mate. So, you know, get on them. Anybody who doesn't, I think me and Steve Parish had a chat a few weeks ago about rigs and slightly confused. So I said, you know, just go back to basics. A bait, a hook, hook material and a swivel. It's all you need to catch them. If they're not feeding, they're not going to take your bait anyway. So it doesn't matter what rig you got out there. But if they are feeding in your swim where you've baited up, I want it as basic as possible. So, as I've said time and time again. So, but anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it from me for this one. As said, if any of you want to do a live feed and show us your technical rigs, I will certainly be on the lookout for it. As well as if you want to do a live feed from your syndicates or from your waters, you get on the Bulletproof page and you film away, because we're all going to be jumping in. The page is exciting, it's going places, and if you could stick with us, that would be awesome. Lots more of these feeds. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm down the river Sunday, Monday, sorry. And then we're back on the syndicate next month, so there will be hopefully 2 live feeds from myself from the syndicate in July. So I'm looking forward to that. Get some chunks out of there, that'll be awesome. There you go, Steve. See, there you go. Yeah, and that was about a week after the chat we had, mate. And I'm so over the moon for you. Absolutely. Yes, mate. Yes, Jay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. A lot of people frown on it, but it works, mate. It works. So yeah, I'm just going to sit here and babble away now. So I'm not going to do that tonight. So thanks for popping in, everyone. As I said, if you want to do a live feed on the page, you go for it. Whether you're a syndicate, river, whatever. Tap the live feed and we're all coming and watch. You know, put a message up, give us 20 minutes notice, and I'm sure there'll be loads of us in there. You know, thanks everyone for popping in. Tight lines, everybody.